I can't find my Zoom. That's my Zoom. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vinaya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vinaya ज्ञानतिमिरस्य गिरिञ्जनशलाकं चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं भूत्वा तदानीं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगं रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनं सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगद्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी विश्वभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि कृपा सिंधु एव च पतितानां जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण कृष्ण वितरिकाय श्री गिरिराज नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी हम करोति वाचालं पंगुं श्री गुरु. So this is ecstatic Lord Chaitanya, which is the Antya Leela, and Kaviraj Goswami, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is giving a synopsis. So we are in text 45. I'll just read 44 before. 43, 44. Okay, let's start 42. Godhead devoid of cheating propensity is not possible within this material world. What a statement. Love of Godhead devoid of cheating propensity is not possible within this material world. If there is such a love, there cannot be separation. Or if there is separation, how can one live? Just thinking of how, children, maybe I think age 21 is like the separation between parents and children happen automatically. So why should this happen? So here, love of Godhead devoid of cheating propensity is not possible within this material world. If there is such a love, there cannot be separation. So if there is separation, how can one live? Right? So meaning that parents may still be feeling so much love for the children, right? But here, so it's at the end of it all in this material world. So there's cheating propensity, meaning that we use the parents for everything and then we discard them. Then we live our own life. There is a verse in a common language called Prakrita. This is a verse in a common language called Prakrita. The exact Sanskrit transformation is Kaitava rahitam prema nahi bhavati manushye loke yadi bhavati kasya virahe sati api ko jivati. So Prabhupada has given the translation. So this verse here is in another language. It's not in Bengali. It's not in Sanskrit. It is in a language. It's a common language called Prakrita. Anybody knows this language? Prakrita? I've heard of that. Anybody knows Prakrita? Anybody knows? Language called Prakrita. Ancient. So Prabhupada gave the translation in Sanskrit. Okay, Tava Krishna Prema. Si Premandri Loke Napai Yadi Hayatavi. You have choose. God, there are so many Christ. Oh, hey, Ketama Krishna Prema. Vena Jambana Dahima. Se Premandi Lukina. Yadi Hayatai. Viyoga hai you learn for Krishna, just like go from the Jammu River, does not exist in human society. I just heard Prabhupada speak about the human society. He says in human society, humans, those who take birth in the society of human beings, then the mode of passion. So Prabhupada is saying, why the mode of passion? Because they derive their pleasure in working. So that's the mode of passion. So pure love of Krishna, just like gold from the Jambu River, does not exist in human society. If it existed, there could not be separation. If separation were there, one could not live. So this is the definition of pure love. Nita kahi sachi sutta shloka pare adbhuta shuni dunhe kamala. Kahi deva shila Tavu kahila bija Speaking, the son of Srimati Sachimata recited another wonderful verse in Ramananda Rai and Swarup Damodar, heard this verse with rapt attention. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I feel shameful to disclose the activities of my heart. Nonetheless, I shall be done with all formalities and speak from the heart is here. 1 minute, don't confuse me in thinking about the tune. न प्रेम गन्धस्थिदरपि मे हरौ गन्धमे सौभाग्यभरं प्रकाशितम् वंशी विलास्यनन्नालोकनं विना विभरणीय प्राणपतंग प्राणवृत्त. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu continued, my dear friends, I have not the slightest tinge of love of Godhead within me. You see me crying separation, I'm just falsely exhibiting a demonstration of my great fortune. Indeed, not seeing the beautiful face of Krishna playing his flute, I continue to live my life like an insect without purpose. Prana. We can mute. We can mute ourselves. Okay. Prana Patangakan, my insect-like life. Vritha, with no purpose. So I continue to live my life like an insect without purpose. So we are happily living our lives without Krishna, right? All of us. Isn't it? Happily living our lives. So here Mahaprabhu is saying, my life I'm like an insect that is roaming around without purpose. Happy to live without Krishna, so I'm like an insect without purpose. Shuddha prema gandha Amora nahi Krishna Paam Abhe Parikrandana Swasobhagya Prapyapanam Tariha Janiha Nishcha. Actually, my love for Krishna is far, far away. How do you feel about this? How do you feel about it?
Same.
My love for Krishna is
Far away. Same.
yeah, far, far away. Whatever I do is actually an exhibition of pseudo love of Godhead. When you see me cry, I'm simply falsely demonstrating my good fortune. Please try to understand this beyond a doubt. But sometimes when we see the deities, we do cry. And devotee, she told me in person, she went to Ramlala. She went to Ramlala, and then proper devotees as such, So she went with her husband and others. So she said that her daughter told me, she said that father's calling her and saying, I'm not very religious. I'm not very pious. But when I enter the temple of Ramlala, right, I became religious on the spot. And so his wife is saying that you enter there and you just see people just crying, saying this deity of Ramlala. So even though my love for Krishna is far, far away, but sometimes, right? Sometimes when Krishna gives his mercy and he exhibits from his personality, from his abode, he's exuding the spiritual world, right? And it touches our heart and we cry. You feel that Krishna wants you, right? So we feel that Krishna wants you. I heard Devkinandan Prabhu was giving a class on Ramayana, and only the first one, how to look for the rest. So he was saying that the whole world is known as Bharatvarsh. The whole world is known as Bharatvarsh. But why is it that what we call India, right? Why is it that we feel Krishna's presence, in Bharatvarsh? You may travel all over the world, everywhere, but when you come here, why is it that you feel it? So because this Bharat, within Bharatvarsh, there is another Bharatvarsh, which is the Dham of the Lord. And that's why he appears. Supreme Lord appears. So when you see me cry, I'm simply falsely demonstrating my great fortune. So it's a great fortune if we cry when we see the deities, because actually my love for Krishna is far, far away. So if by good fortune we cry when we see the deity, then we should know that this is a great fortune. Please try to understand this beyond a doubt. Yate vamshidhvani shukha Gandamukha Yadyapi nahi kalam anam Nija dehe kari priti kevala kamirariti Ki tera kari Even though I do not see the moon-like face of Krishna as he plays on his flute, and although there is no possibility of my meeting him, still I take care of my own body. Right? You're so busy taking care of the body, right? Slightest problem, we run for the doctor. See the moon-like face of Krishna as he plays on his flute. And although there is no possibility of my meeting him, still I take care of my own body. That is the way of lust. In this way, I maintain my what? Kitera kariye dharana. I maintain my fly-like life. The Mahaprabhu is even in the most deepest ecstasy, still he's telling us what we are, right? In this connection, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur say that the lovable Supreme Lord is the supreme shelter. The Lord is the supreme subject, and the devotee are the object. The coming together with subject and object is called alambana. The object hears and the subject plays the flute. That the object cannot see the moon-like face of Krishna and has no eagerness to see him is the sign of being without alambana. Externally imagining such a thing simply satisfies one's lusty desires, and thus one lives without purpose. I think Mahaprabhu has said it all, right? Even though I do not see the moon-like face of Krishna as he plays on his flute, and although there is no possibility of my meeting him, still I take care of my own body. Meaning my body is more important than having darshan of the Lord. One devotee, if you are in Mumbai, Juhu, please do come. Do come for our program on Sunday, the 30th. I asked one devotee to sing because Sita Navami is tomorrow. So we are having some program on Krishna Ram Leela Dhruva Maharaj and Ramlila. So yesterday she came, she came to sing. So I asked her, you do Ram Bhajan. Usually I don't do this, but I said, sing Ram Bhajan. She came yesterday with such a beautiful song. Beautiful song. And that song is saying how Sita Devi is having darshan of Ramachandra. Can you imagine? First time. See, usually we speak in English like this, but this song, say romantic song, right? How Sita Devi is having the first darshan of Ramachandra. And the Sakhis, her Sakhis are with her, and what they're speaking, it's so lovely. So even though I did not see the moonlight face of Krishna as he plays on his flute, and although there is no possibility of my meeting him, I take care of my own body. That is the way of lust. In this way, I maintain my life. Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna in the mode of Srimati Radharani, is the teacher for all in this Kali Yuga. And even while he's in the peak of his ecstasy, he's giving one slap to the conditioned soul. He's saying, you live your life like a fly. Kittara, kittera, kitta. In the previous verse, how we call it? Patanga. Patanga Khan. Patanga. Patanga, right? Who has patang, right? They're flying. Kitta, like kite. Useless. Even useless life. Krishna prema suniramala Shuddha Ganga Jala Se premamrite rasin Nirmala se anurage Nalpayanyadage Shukla Vaste Chemasi Hindu. Here now what Mahaprabhu wants to say. Love for Lord Krishna is very pure, just like the waters of the Ganges. That love is an ocean of nectar. That pure attachment to Krishna does not conceal any spot which would appear just like a spot of ink on a white cloth. Unalloyed love of Krishna is just like a big sheet of white cloth. Absence of attachment is compared to a black spot on that white sheet, white cloth. Just as the black spot is prominent, so the absence of love of Godhead is prominent on the platform of pure love of Godhead. Absence of pure love of Godhead is prominent on the platform of pure love of Godhead. That's why we get thrown out, right? The Supreme Lord, His abode, only those who have pure love, right? Those who have pure love for Krishna, they live in the spiritual world. As soon as we exhibit an absence of love of Godhead, immediately we're thrown out. And we're thrown out into the material world. Because we become prominent. It becomes so obvious that this person doesn't have love for Krishna. Just like maybe, family conflicts. right? Family conflicts. So in the beginning, you're like, you are all innocent together, and then gradually, it becomes obvious that this person, well, it may be a father, maybe a mother, maybe a brother, maybe a sister, right? It becomes obvious that, okay, this person doesn't have love for me. You know, like yesterday, one mother, she came, so she has 3 daughters, and they're all in the late 20s. So one daughter, she's like sick. So the mother came to see me with that girl. And so she came with one sister. So I said, where the other sister? The mother told me, the other one, she doesn't care for this one, the one who's sick. And the one who came, she said, this one, she has love. She has love for this elder sister. So that's what I'm saying. It's obvious. So absence of love of Godhead is prominent. Meaning that when there is love and when there's somebody who doesn't love, then it becomes obvious. I read it again. Love for Lord Krishna is very pure, just like the waters of the Ganges. That love is an ocean of nectar. That pure attachment to Krishna does not conceal any spot, which would appear just like a spot of ink on a white cloth. So if there is love everywhere and somebody doesn't love, then you can see it. See it. And unfortunately, that's family life. Ay taray bindu, say bindu jagadadu ay. Kale kale, kahile bakeba atila. Another love of Krishna is like an ocean of happiness. If someone gets a drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. It is not befitting to express such love of Godhead. Yet a madman must speak, but even though he speaks, nobody believes. If someone gets one drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. What does that mean? Meaning that if, like Srila Prabhupada, right? He has unalloyed love for Krishna. And if someone gets one drop of it, the whole world can drown in that drop. Because Prabhupada had that love for Krishna, he walked out in the world and he wanted to distribute that love to everybody. So he's like drowning the entire world in his own happiness of love of God. So in that one drop. Mata dine dine Swarupa Ramananda Sane Nija Bhava Karena Vidita Aye Visha Jwala Hai Vitare Ananda Krishna Prema Bhuta Charita. In this way, Lord Chaitanya used to revel in ecstasy day after day and exhibit these ecstasies before Swarup and Ramananda Rai. Externally, there appeared severe tribulation, as if he was suffering from poisonous effects, but internally he was experiencing bliss. This is characteristic of transcendental love of Krishna. You would like to read text 51? Anupama Madri?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Okay, Mataji. E prema aswadana tapta ikshucharavana mukhe jwalena yaya tyajana সেই প্রেময়ান রামনে তারা বিক্রমা সেই জানে विषमृते कत्र मिलाना. If one tastes such love of Godhead, he can compare it to hot sugar cane. When one chews hot sugar cane, his mouth burns, yet he cannot give it up. Similarly, if one has but a little love of Godhead, he can perceive its powerful effects. It can only be compared to poison and nectar mixed together. I'll continue, Mataji. I can't hear you, Mataji. You're on mute.
Yes. Yeah, read.
पिताभिर्नवकाल कुटकटुता गर्वस्य निर्वाशनो निष्यन्देन मूढां सुध मधुरिमा अहङ्कार सङ्कोचनः प्रेमसुन्दरी नन्दनन्दन परो जागृति यस्यान्तरे ज्ञायन्ते स्फुतम् अस्य वक्र मधुरास्तनेव विक्रान्तयः. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, or Glories to Srila Prabhupada. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke, my dear beautiful friend, if one develops love of Godhead, love of Krishna, the son of Nanda Maharaj, all the bitter and sweet influences of this love will manifest in one's heart. Such love of Godhead acts in two ways. The poisonous effects of love of Godhead defeat the severe and fresh poison of the servant. Yet there is simultaneously transcendental bliss which pours down and defeats the pride of nectar and diminishes its value. In other words, love of Krishna is so powerful that it simultaneously defeats the poisonous effects of a snake as well as the happiness derived from pouring nectar on one's head. It is perceived as doubly effective, simultaneously poisonous and nectarian. Purport: this verse is spoken by Purnamasi to Nandimukhi in the Vigada Madhav 2.18 of Srila Rupa Goswami.
It's like, especially for, the spiritual masters, like when they leave, they leave us. They leave us. But when we hear their voice, the recorded voice, right? We're singing, their lectures, it's like such a happiness in distress. This is what is being expressed here. You have that experience. It's like you're hearing like that, you're really like you're relishing, you're experiencing the happiness of the distress of separation. The love of Godhead of Krishna is so powerful that it simultaneously defeats the poisonous effects of the snake as well as the happiness derived from pouring nectar on one's head. It is perceived as doubly effective, simultaneously poisonous and nectarine. So it's almost like, you want to again hear, this bhajan, this kirtan, this devotee, and you're going to cry when you hear, but you want it because there is a happiness in that separation. If Shikara, you want to read?
I have in Hindi, Mataji.
One.
Okay, thank you. ये काले देखे जगन्नाथ श्री राम सुभद्रा साथ तो मैं जाने आई कुरुक्षेत्र સફળ હેલો જીવન દેખીલું પદ્મલોચન जुड़ाइलो तनु मन नेत्र। जब श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु जगन्नाथ जी को श्री बलराम तथा सुभद्रा के साथ देखते तो वे तुरंत सोचने लगते कि वे कुरुक्षेत्र पहुंच गए हैं, जहां वे सब आए थे। वे अपने जीवन को कृतार्थ समझते, क्योंकि उन्होंने उन कमल नयन के दर्शन किए हैं, जो अपने दर्शन से तन मन तथा नेत्रों को शांत करने वाले हैं।
So he would think that his life was successful because he has seen the lotus-eyed one, whom if seen, pacify the body, mind, and eyes. This is Jagannath. So let's try this Jagannath Ashtakam on text 52. Let's try it. Ida Viranagapala Uttapatuta Gauravasya Nirvasano Nistante Namudam Shridhamaduri Mahankara Sankochana Prema Sundari Nanda Nandana Paro Sundari Nanda Nandana. So this is the Jagannath Ashtakam. What do you call it? Tune, meter. That was Jagannath Ashtakam. Okay, Preeti, you want to read? We're in text 54.
Yes, Mataji, I'll read. Hare Krishna.
Mm.
गरुड़े रसने दाने रही करे दारसने से आनंद दे रखी कही भवाले गरुड़ स्तंभेर तले आछे कनिम्न काले से काला काल व्यरील आशुजल. The translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Staying near the Garud Stham, the Lord would look upon Lord Jagannath. What can be said about the strength of that Lord, of that love? On the ground, beneath the column of the Garud Stham was a deep ditch, and that ditch was filled with water of his tears. Mataji, I'll read the purport also.
Yes.
The purport. In front of the temple of Jagannath is a column on which the statue of Garud is situated. It is called the Garud Stham. At the base of that column is a ditch, and that ditch was filled with the tears of the Lord.
Jagannath. What can be said about the strength of that love? Bala. Se anandira hi kahiva bale. What is that strength? Strength of love meaning that it forces some reaction in the body. Right? So much love. Like I described how, this family went to Ramlala temple, right? And what did they experience? They experienced the energy of the Supreme Lord of Ramchandra, right? And it forced them, to shed tears. Who knows something that person was telling me, he said that he became vegetarian for 10 days. Throughout all his stay in India, he became vegetarian. In the beginning, he told me I fasted. And I said, oh, you didn't eat for 10 days. And he told me, that is strength, it's a bal. So that's why we pray to Balaram, right? Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Balaram. Okay, Devahuti?
Text 55. তাহা হইতে ঘরে আসি মতির উপরে বাসি নখে করে পৃথিবী লিখন হাহা কাহা বৃন্দাবন কাহা গোপেন্দ্র নন্দদন কাহা সেই বংশী বদন Translation. When coming from the Jagannath temple to return to his house, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to sit on the ground and mark it with his nails. At such times, he would be greatly morose and would cry, Alas, where is Vrindavan? Where is Krishna, the son of the king of the cowherd men? Where is that person who plays the flute? Kaha,
Experience of Vrindavan, right? Many of us, when we fall sick in the holy place, when will I go home? Right? We just think, okay, enough. Let me just go, right? And here Mahaprabhu is saying, Alas, where is Vrindavan? Where is Krishna, the son of the king, the cowherd? Where is that person who plays the flute? Oh no, we want to go back. Okay, enough purification, right? And then again we say, when is next Kartik coming, right? Whichever time you usually go, again you will go back, right? Like it becomes like the past, that suffering, whatever we go through. Actually, when we suffer in the dham, it is our anarthas going out. Sinful reaction is going out and very fast. And one day we'll be cured. We'll actually be cured. We'll be free from sinful reactions. And see, it's like the dham is like this. The dham leaves such an impression on you that actually it's your home, right? The dham is your home. That is your real home. So they leave such an impression upon you that even one is thinking, okay, now let me go home. It's over now. It's enough now. All right. And then when you go, you get home, you think, when the next ticket, right? You think that way. Because the dham has played the impression upon us. Shashi, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yeah.
Text 56. कहाँ से सिंहंग थमा, कहाँ से वेणु गना, कहाँ से यमुना पूर्णिना, कहाँ से रस विताशा, कहाँ नित्य गीता हासा, कहाँ प्रभु मदने मोहना. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to lament by saying, Where is Sri Krishna, whose form is curved in three places? Where is the sweet song of his flute? And where is the bank of the Yamuna? Where is the rasa dance? Where is the dancing, singing, and laughing? Where is my Lord, Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid? Text 57.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, just like now it become more intense, right? Become more intense now. कहाँ से थी भंगा थामा, कहाँ से वेणुला गाना, कहाँ से यमुना पुलीना, कहाँ से रस विलास, कहाँ नित्य विकास, कहाँ प्रभु मदन मोहना. Lamenting, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to lament and say, where is Shri Krishna whose form is heard in 3 places? Where is the sweet song of his flute? And where is the bank of the Yamuna? Where is the rasa dance? Where the dancing, singing, and laughing? Where is my Lord, Madan Mohan, the enchanter of Cupid? So Mahaprabhu is drawing us out of this material world. Remember that Mahaprabhu has come in Kali Yuga, the worst of all ages. But he's giving us a mood. He's trying to implement, to put in desire to go back to Vrindavan. So whatever he's experiencing, the rasa that he's experiencing, the his emotions, right, as it's swelling up. So he's trying to impregnate us with that same emotion. Uthilana bhava vega, mani haina udvega, Shana matra manare gunaite. Shlokalagina parivite. In this way, various ecstatic emotions evolve, and the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu filled with anxiety. He couldn't escape even for a moment. In this way, he couldn't escape even for a moment. Like this, so much stuff, emotion is so much in him. And the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu filled with anxiety. What anxiety? He's not able to see Krishna. He couldn't escape even for a moment. It has captured him. In this way, because of fierce feelings of separation, his patience began to totter. Talamale. His patience began to totter, and he began to recite various verses. He's just talking now. Amunya dhanyanaiti mantarani, hare pada lokanam mantarena, anatha bandho karuneka sindhu, ahantaha hanta tatham nayani. Oh my Lord, O Supreme Person Godhead, O friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy. Because I have not met you, my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I did not know how I shall pass the time. So he's stricken. This is a verse from Krishna Karnamrita by Bilva Mangala Thakur. Remember, Bilva Mangala Thakur, he had darshan of Krishna, right? He became blind. And Krishna took him by the hand and brought him to Vrindavan. So in his blindness, he said, oh my Lord, O Supreme Person Godhead, O friend of the helpless, you are the only ocean of mercy because I have not met you. My inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. Inauspicious days and nights. Without Krishna, my days and night is simply inauspicious. So my inauspicious days and nights have become unbearable. I do not know how I shall pass the time. Like you're living, you're not dying, you're living. And there's time on your hand, it's like heavy. It's heavy, time is on your hand, you don't know how to pass it. And here's why he's feeling like this. Why he's feeling like this? Because he's not meeting Krishna, so his feeling is all useless. This is called love. Shane Kumara Darshana Vine Adhanya Era Tridi Ekalanaya Tat Ekalanaya Tat Tumi anathera bandhu apara karuna sindhu dekha darashana. All these inauspicious days and nights are not passing, for I have not met you. It is difficult to know how to pass all this time, but you are the friend of the helpless. In an ocean of mercy, kindly give me your audience, for I am in a precarious position. Kila bhava chapala, manahaya chanchala, bhavera kila bhava chapala, manahaya chanchala. Bhavera gati pujana nayai adarshane pore mula himane pavadarashana Krishna thani pujena upai. This way the Lord's restlessness was awakened. That's what we're saying, awakened. Ecstatic feelings, and his mind became agitated. No one could understand what course such ecstasy would take, because Lord Chaitanya could not meet the Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna. His mind burned. He began to ask Krishna about the means by which he could reach him. So that would be the perfection of our life, right? When you're feeling this love, you're burning, right, to meet Krishna. So they are such beautiful, beautiful verses. All right. I don't think there's any question, right? There's no question. Experiencing. Amrita Radhe. Okay, tell me.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandvat Pranam, thank you. Yes, the verses were very intense, but what I understand is that we have to first ask Nitai Gauranga that we should one day reach such bhav, and then eventually we'll be crying and longing and asking Krishna to give us his darshan. Is that correct understanding?
Shraddha Prema, right? Shraddha Prema. Most of us, we are in Bhajana Kriya. If we are in sadhana. This is prema, beyond prema, right? So we are getting an idea of what is prema. Before, maybe on our whiteboard, we've seen, the whole arrow going up, right? The ladder, the stages, Shraddha, what's that? Sadhu Sangha, Anang, Bhajana Kriya, whatever we are doing right now, all our sadhana, Bhajana Kriya. And then we come to Nishtha, we become firm. Hey, I really want Krishna consciousness. I won't drop Krishna consciousness. I won't deviate from Krishna consciousness. Right? So Nishtha. But this is still sadhana. Then ruchi, meaning that I'm so glad all of you are so eager to come back to Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. Right? So ruchi was there. Usually I lose all my students when I go in for some time. Everybody vanished. Right? You were there. So ruchi is there. All right. So that's good. So we are progressing. Ruchi. Asakti. Asakti meaning when I actually feel attachment to Krishna and I'm not going to leave Krishna. Asakti. And you got attached, like like a boy and girl, they get attached to each other. And even if everybody say, no, you're not a good match, this, they are attached and you can't separate them. So that asakti for Krishna, right? It's our good fortune if we're able from ruchi, we can come to asakti, right? And sometimes Krishna disappears. You're looking, where's my picture of Krishna? Where did I keep him? Right? You got a beautiful picture of Krishna and you don't know where you kept him. You start going crazy and he's hiding somewhere, right? Did it happen to you? You have, right? Where did I keep him? Where did I keep him? Where did I keep him? Right? He's hiding, right? So asakti. So when finally you find him, like, okay, it's asakti, right? You just think, okay, anyway, maybe I put you somewhere in the drawer or somewhere, or I gave it to somebody. So, our great good fortune when we come to asakti, and then we're able to cross the border. Because from asakti comes the bhav. Start to experience the stirring of love, emotions. Is the bhav, emotions. And now this prema, what Mahaprabhu is experiencing when he's going through all the emotional turmoil, right? We are getting an idea. And it's amazing how Krishna Das Kaviraj, he just changed the style that he's writing, right? Usually he's writing in a particular meter, right? Like, say, 228 of Madhya Vani. Se ratre prabhutahan chinte mani mana. Sange sanghata bahalana he kahila sanvatana. But when he came to this section of the ecstatic manifestation, he changed something to the style, right? As there's bhav in it. So much bhav. So we got this is Mahaprabhu's, that's what he came to give us. See, the best of families, they cannot exhibit love. Most of us, we come from, good families, strong families, but everybody knows all the imperfections, how they manifest as described here. Mahaprabhu is describing, right? In the relationships, right? When we speak of love, family means love. Husband and wife means love, right? Children and parents means love. Brother and sister means love. grandparents, uncles, aunties, all this means love, right? But so imperfect. So imperfect, right? So Mahaprabhu is showing us what is actual love. So that we can compare. And then we wonder, what am I doing in this world? What am I doing in this world? This is what love is all about. All these inauspicious days and nights are not passing, for I have not met you. It is difficult to know how to pass all this time. Time is your life. But you are the friend of the helpless and an ocean of mercy. Kindly give me your audience, who I'm in a precarious position. I'm only here, and if I don't marry this girl, I will die, right? You have to marry this girl. No, otherwise I will die. Or I have to marry this boy, him only, right? Or I will die, right? And then soon after the marriage, I made a mistake, right? So it is not love. It is not at all love.
Mataji, that means the more we read this, and if we really try to, introspect, the whole material world is fake. At least love doesn't exist. It's all fake. We just living a very fake life. I mean, sometimes it's very disappointing.
You already saw Mahaprabhu call my Kitta Patanga life, right? If somebody calls you a Kitta, how you feel? A Patanga, how you feel? You're just a mosquito, a fly, mosquito, that's the worth of your life. All right, thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna.
Yeah.